Hey guys, it's Alan. Hope everybody's doing well. It's about 2 degrees in Minnesota this morning, and I've driven 78.4 miles. And as you can see, the car is doing about 2.5 miles per kilowatt hour, which this car has a heat pump, so that's a little bit better than the Chevy Bolt EV that I did in winter. That car was closer to 2, so this one is a little bit more efficient. And so 2.5 miles per kilowatt hour, its EPA average is 4, so that's about a 37% loss. And as you can see, after driving 78.4 miles, there's 52% left of the battery, and I charged it up to 100% this morning. You can see based on that setting right there. So that's pretty good. So this car at 0 miles per hour this morning, I drove at approximately 65 to 70 miles an hour for about 80% of the driving that I did. So this car, based on the battery percentage, would go about 163 miles. Based on the GOM, 78 plus 95 is about 173 miles. And when you have an EV, you always want to look at your battery percentage. That's a much more accurate reading than this thing is, because that thing is just an estimate of range based on your driving style, whereas that tells you how much of the actual battery you have left. So in theory, if I cut down my driving speed to around, let's say 45 miles an hour on average instead of 65, that number would go way up and that number would start going down slower. So overall, that's pretty good efficiency on this car. Having a heat pump, to me, it's not that big of a deal because most people aren't going to be driving as much as they think that they do. So just to be able to get 78 miles and use less than half of the battery when it's 0 degrees outside is pretty good. And of course, two other things that you need to remember. The first is that it's rarely around 0 degrees outside, even in Minnesota. This happens maybe 2 or 3 weeks a year. And on most days like this, you probably just want to stay inside your house. The other thing to remember is that although the car is on pace to do about 163 miles today, if I was to use 100% of the battery, in spring, summer, fall, this car is going to get about 290 miles of range if I was driving the same way. So the EPA average is around 240, 250, something like that. So that accounts for the fact that you're not going to have perfect weather all year round, but it's something to keep in mind if you're looking for an EV or shopping for an EV, is that your range is going to go up and down based on the temperature outside. I have the heat set to 72 degrees in auto mode. It's been so cold today that I have had to use the defroster a good chunk of the time, and that increases the heat and the power. So that's something else that's been a drain on the battery. And there's more. So here you can see how this has gone up and down based on our driving. So this is based on an average of every 30 miles, it looks like. You can see that between my wife and I, we actually, in normal winter, average closer to 3 miles per kilowatt hour than on a day like today, where it's very, very cold outside. So just a quick update. So since you're here, go ahead and like and subscribe. And for our regular viewers who already subscribed, December has been really interesting. That's why I haven't posted a video all month. I traveled for work. My wife got in an accident with our other car while I was on my trip. I got very, very sick on my trip and ended up coming home early. And then just found out yesterday that, so my dad got back from his vacation to Uganda and he has malaria and got taken to the emergency room, but he seems like he's going to be okay. But yeah, so it's been very exciting around our family. Our kids are fine, but they have also had various sicknesses throughout this month. So it's been rough, but we're generally doing well. We're happy. It's Advent season. We're looking forward to Christmas. I'm gonna have a few days off of work as we get into the season. So hope everybody's doing well. Love you all. Merry Christmas, and we'll see you soon.